Hello there, a very good morning. You're watching the Breakfast Rundown on TV1. I'm Therunee Karunaratne. We're starting off a brand new week yet again. And this morning too, we have the details on the top stories from here at home and around the world. You can stay tuned with us for the news in detail. Well, this morning's top story will be on a very special occasion for Muslims worldwide. Let's start off. Muslims around the world are celebrating Eid al-Fitr or Ramadan today, following the sighting of the new moon last night. Ramadan means the blessed month. For a full month, Muslims observe a fast, abstaining from food and drink from before sunrise until sunset each day. This is a time of spiritual self-discipline. It is also a time to understand the hunger, suffering and the needs of others. During this period, zakat or charity should be given generously. The intention is to ensure everyone can satisfy their hunger on the day of celebration. Muslims believe that the verses of the Holy Quran were revealed on the night of Laylatul Qadr, which falls within the month of Ramadan. Muslims who hope for the rewards of this month of fulfilled wishes celebrate the day by offering blessings to the deceased relatives, seeking blessings from parents and elders, and sharing food and joy with relatives, friends and neighbors. Special prayer services are also being held at mosques today to mark this special occasion. Well, President Anura Dissanayake, issuing his message in occasion of Ramadan, says that Sri Lanka undergoes various social, economic and political transformations, and the teachings of Islam provide an excellent example for building a society rooted in freedom, equality, solidarity as well as human dignity. He adds that as Sri Lanka strives to foster a responsible and ethical political culture, one that values accountability over corruption and the misuse of public resources, the principles of self-restraint and sacrifice emphasized during Ramadan offer an inspiring model. President Dissanayake says that they remind of us the need to cultivate a governance system that is sensitive to the aspirations and well-being of its people. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya, adding her Ramazan wishes, says that Sri Lankans must work together to strengthen their future through mutual respect and cooperation. The Prime Minister says that this Ramazan festival reminds us of the need to act with coexistence, tolerance, justice and peace as our goals. Now, opposition leader Sajid Premadasa, in his Ramadan greetings message, says that Sri Lankans must all work together towards a prosperity that includes everyone by not only thinking of oneself but also of others. He further emphasizes that this will contribute to freeing the country from its current state of bankruptcy and returning to prosperity. With that, let's move on to some more local news now. Government printer Pradeep Pushpakumar says that the printing of postal voting ballot papers for the upcoming local government election is expected to be completed by the 5th of April. Now, a total of 700,000 ballot papers will be printed for postal voting this year. The National Election Commission has confirmed that these ballot papers will be delivered to post officers across the island by the 7th of April. Chairman of the National Election Commission of Sri Lanka, Ramaal Ratnayake, said that the distribution process will take place at all district secretariats. Postal voting is set to take place on the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 28th and 29th of April. The government printer also assured that the printing of all official ballot papers will be completed by the 28th of April. Now, the distribution of these official ballot papers for the local government elections will begin on the 16th of April and continue until the 29th. Now, the grace period granted by the Central Bank of Sri Lanka for debt restructuring of small and medium-scale enterprises affected by the economic crisis concludes today. The period was announced alongside the extension of the suspension of the Parate law until today. A suitable methodology for debt restructuring will be developed in coordination with licensed banks and the Credit Information Bureau or CRIB. The Ministry of Finance has informed enterprises that have not yet discussed their debt restructuring plans with banks that they will have the opportunity to do so today. Let's move on to some weather-related news now. It is very well known that the heat in Sri Lanka is being felt by many parts across the island. Now, the Met Department, issuing an advisory for warm weather, says that the heat index, or the temperature felt on human body, is likely to increase up to the caution level in some places in the northern, north central, western, northwestern, Sabaragamuwa and southern provinces, as well as in the Trincomalee and Batticaloa districts. The department urges the general public to take necessary precautions as high temperatures persist across several areas in the island. People working at job sites are advised to stay hydrated and take frequent breaks in the shade. Those indoors should check on the elderly and sick to ensure their well-being. The department also advises not to leave children unattended inside vehicles. Outdoor activities should be limited, especially during peak heat hours, and people are encouraged to stay in the shade and drink plenty of water. Now, wearing lightweight, white or light-colored clothing is also recommended by the Met Department. With that, let's move on to the weather forecast for this morning. Showers or thunder showers will occur at several places in the western, Sabaragamuwa, southern and Uva provinces and in the Nuwara Eliya and Ampara districts during the evening or night. A few showers may occur in the Hambantota, Ampara and Batticaloa districts during the morning hours as well. Fairly heavy showers, about 50 millimeters, are likely at some places in the southern province as well as in the Ratnapura district. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in the western, Sabaragamuwa, central and Uba provinces and in the Gaul, Mathura and Kurunegala districts during the morning. And as always, the general public is requested to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by temporary localized strong winds and lightning during thunder showers. Now, meanwhile, the Ministry of Health has issued a comprehensive set of guidelines for games played during the upcoming Sinhala and Tamil New Year celebrations. The Non-Communicable Disease Unit of the Ministry of Health emphasized that the guideline aims to prevent accidents and serious medical conditions among the participants of these games. The guidelines cover safety measures for all games, including specific recommendations for high-risk activities such as marathons and cycling. The ministry believes that these measures will enhance the competitiveness and appeal of the games while ensuring the safety of all those involved. Let's move on to news overseas for this morning. It's very tragic news coming in from the Middle East. Now, Palestinian officials say that Israeli forces have killed at least 64 people, including children, in Gaza on the first day of Eid al-Fitr. The Palestine Red Crescent Society, or PRCS, has recovered the bodies of 8 medics, meanwhile 5 civil defense workers and a UN employee, a week after their vehicles came under Israeli fire near Rafah in the city of southern Gaza. The International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, or IFRC, has condemned these killings, saying the devastating incident represents the single most deadly attack on its workers anywhere in the world since the year 2017. Now, Gaza's health ministry says that at least 50,277 Palestinians are confirmed dead and 114,095 wounded in Israel's war on Gaza. Gaza's government media office updated its death toll about 2 months ago to more than 61,700, saying thousands of people missing under the rubble are also presumed dead by them. At least 1,139 people were killed in Israel during the Hamas-led October 7, 2023 attacks, and more than 200 were taken captive during this attack. With that, let's move on to sports news for this morning. The election to appoint office bearers for Sri Lanka cricket for 2025-2027 term will be held in Colombo today. Incumbent President Shammi Silva has once again thrown his hat into the ring, seeking re-election. He will be challenged by Jayantha Dharmadasa and Samantha Dodanbala, who have also submitted their nominations for the post of SLC President. In addition to the presidency, officials for key positions including Vice President, Secretary, Assistant Secretary, Treasurer and Deputy Treasurer will be elected during today's proceedings. The election is scheduled to commence at 10:30 a.m. Well, that's all the news for this morning. Do join us once again tomorrow as well, right here on TV1, same time, 7 a.m. for more of the very latest. Until then, take care. Have a wonderful day ahead.